Good morning all. Today we will discuss about turbo machineries. So what are turbo machineries? A turbo machine are the commonly employed device that either supply or extract energy from the flowing fluid by means of rotating propellers or vanes. You can see here in a image that a turbo machine is a power or heat generating machine which employs the dynamic action of the rotating element, the rotor. The action of the rotor change the energy level of the continuously flowing fluid through the turbo machines. Objective of this turbo machine, the information about turbo machine, to identify various type of pumps and turbine and understand how they work. Apply dimensional analysis to design new pumps or turbine that are geometrically similar to existing pump or turbines. Perform basic vector analysis of the flow in and out of the pump and the turbines. Use specific speed of preliminary design and selection of the pump and turbine. So what are the parts of turbo machines? So here we can see first one is a rotating element like a vane and impeller or blades operating in a steam or fluid. Second is a stationary element which is usually guide the fluid in proper direction for efficient energy conversion process. Third one is a shaft. This either gives input power or takes output power from fluid under dynamic condition and runs at required speed. And fourth one is a housing to keep various rotating stationary and other passages safety under dynamic condition of flowing fluid. For example, you can see this type of arrangement in steam turbine parts and Pelton turbine parts. So what are turbine mainly used? So turbines are the power generating turbo machine decrease the head of or energy level of the working fluid passing through them. These machines are called as turbine and they are coupled with power absorbing machine. You can see here as a generator. So first one is a classification of turbo machine based on energy transfer. So here we can see if the fluid transfer energy for the rotation of the impeller fixed on the shaft, it is known as power generating machines. And other end, if the machine transfer energy in the form of angular momentum fed to the fluid from the rotating impeller fixed on the shaft, it is known as power absorbing machine. Classification based on fluid flowing. So different type of fluid we have, that the water, air, steam, hot gases and liquid like petrol. Classification based on direction of flow through the impeller or vanes or blades with reference to axis of shaft rotation. So first one is axial flow. We can see in axial pump, compressor and turbine. Second is mixed flow pumps and Francis turbine. Third one is a radial flow. We can see in a centrifugal pump or compressor. And fourth one is a tangent flow. We can see in a Pelton water turbine. Fourth classification based on condition of fluid in turbo machine. So first one is a constant pressure condition, that also known as impulse type Pelton turbine. And second is a reaction type, it's variable pressure. So in this turbine the pressure is variable and you can see this type of turbine in a Francis turbine. Fifth classification based on the position of rotating shaft. So first one is a horizontal shaft. So normally we all know about steam turbines that have a horizontal shaft. Second one is a vertical shaft. We can see in a Kaplan water turbine. And third one is an inclined shaft. that are modern bulk micro. So next we will discuss about axial flow compression. So what is axial flow? The name itself means that the flow will pass in linear direction, one end to second end. The basic component of the axial flow compressor are a rotor and a stator. The former carrying the moving blades and later the stationary rows of blades. The stationary blades converts the kinetic energy of the fluid into a pressure energy and also redirect the flow into an angle suitable for entry to the next row of moving blades. Each stage will consist of one or two row followed by the stator row. But it is usual to provide a row of so-called inlet guide vanes. So you can see here in the image that are multiple blades are mounted on shaft in a blue color and multiple stator parallelly mounted on a hub in a red color. Stator blades. The name is a stator blades. Axial flow turbines like an axial compressor usually consist of one or more stages. The flow is accelerated in a nozzle or stator and then passed through a rotor. In the rotor, the working fluid imparts its momentum on the rotor that converts the kinetic energy to power output. Depending upon the power requirement, this process is repeated in multi-stage. So next we are discussing about radial flow turbine. A radial flow turbine is a turbine in which the flow of a working fluid is radial to the shaft. The difference between axial and radial turbines consists in the way the fluid flow through the components in compressor and turbine. Whereas for an axial turbine, the rotor is impacted by fluid flow. For a radial turbine, the flow is smoothly oriented perpendicular to the rotation axis and it drives a turbine in the same way. Water drives a water mill. The result is less mechanical stress and less thermal stress in case of hot working fluids, which enables a radial turbine to a simpler, more robust and more efficient in a similar power range when compared to the axial turbines. When it comes to high power range above 5 MW, the radial turbine is no longer competitive due to its heavy and expensive rotor and the efficiency becomes similar to the axial turbine. So now we discuss about centrifugal compressor. So what is the working of centrifugal compressor? The fluids enter axially along the shaft of impeller and this area is known as the inlet of impeller. Then it followed by the rotor, say impeller, which impart the energy on fluid by rotating action and due to the centrifugal effect, fluid energy increases. Then fluids comes into diffuser section. The static pressure of fluid increase. Components of centrifugal compressor can be divided into two parts. First one is a stationary compressor and second is a rotating component. First one is a diffuser which is in stationary component. Due to the high rotation speed of impeller, it results in a high Mach number of fluid. In diffuser, high volume is reduced with an increased pressure of fluid. Diffuser declared the flow and reduce the absolute velocity of fluid. Here no energy adding take place, only conversion of energy take place. In the second rotating component, impeller, you can see here in an image that impeller is rotating and it's highlighted by orange color. it is a rotating component of centrifugal compressor. Impeller draws the working fluid. Due to the rotation of impeller, fluid experiences centrifugal force and energy added to the fluids. Comparison between positive displacement and turbo machines. So, in a positive displacement machine creates thermodynamic and mechanical action between static and relatively slow moving surfaces and involves in a volume change and displacement of fluid, as in IC engine. In turbo machine, a turbo machine creates a thermodynamic and dynamic action between flowing fluid and rotating element involving energy transfer with pressure and momentum change, as in gas turbine. A positive displacement machine gives higher efficiency due to Weiger transfer near static condition either in compression or expansion process. In a turbo machine, due to absence of valves in turbo machine, the volumetric efficiency is high. So, we will discuss now what are pumps and compressor. The head generating or pressure producing machine which increase the energy level of the fluid passing through them are known as pumps, compressor, fan, blower and propellers. They are driven by prime movers such as turbine and electrical motors for supplying the power required to increase the energy level of the fluid. Apply first law of thermodynamics. The steady flow equation of the first law of thermodynamics in the unit mass basis Q plus H1 plus V1 square by 2 plus GZ1 is equal to W work plus H2 plus V2 square divided by 2 plus GZ2. Here Q and W are heat transfer and work transfer per unit mass flow across the boundary of the control volume respectively. Since the stagnation enthalpy HO is equal to H plus V2 square plus divided by 2 plus GZ2, here we can write Q minus W is equal to HO2 minus HO1 is equal to delta HO. Generally, all turbo machines are well insulated device. Therefore, Q is equal to 0. We can take Q is equal to 0. Then equation can be rewrite as a delta HO is equal to minus W. The equation represents that the energy transfer as work is numerically equal to the change in a stagnation enthalpy of the fluid between the inlet and outlet of the turbo machine. In a power generating turbo machine, W is a positive as defined so that delta HO is negative. The stagnation enthalpy at the exit of the machine is less than that the inlet. The machine produces outwork at the shaft. In a power absorbing machine, W is negative as defined so that delta HO is positive. The stagnation enthalpy at the outlet will be greater than at the inlet and work is done on the flowing fluid due to the rotation of the shaft. Application of turbo machines in power generation. First one is a hydroelectric. A hydroelectric turbo machineries use potential energy stored in a water to flow over an open impeller to turn a generator which create electricity. Second is a steam turbine. So steam turbine used in a power generation comes in many different variations. The overall principle is high pressure steam is forced over blades attached to a shaft which turns a generator. As the steam travels through the turbine, it passes through smaller blades causing the shaft to spin faster, creating more electricity. Third one is a gas turbine. A gas turbine works much like steam turbine. Air is forced in through a series of blades that turns a shaft. Then fluid is mixed with the air and causes a combustion reaction, increasing the power. This then causes the shaft to spin faster, creating more electricity. And fourth one is a windmill, also known as wind turbine. Windmills are increasing the popularly for their ability to efficiently use the wind to generate electricity. Although they come in many shapes and sizes, the most common one is the large three blades. You can see here in the image. The blades work on the same principle as the airplane wings. As wind passes over the blades, it creates an area of low and high pressure, causing the blade to move, spinning a shaft and creating electricity. It is more like steam turbine but work with an infinite supply of wind. Application in marine. So first is a steam turbine. Steam turbine in a marine application are very similar to those in power generation. The few differences between them are size and power output. Steam turbine on ships are much smaller because they don't need to power a whole town. They aren't very common because of their high initial cost, high specific fuel consumption, and expensive machinery that goes with it. Second is a gas turbine. Gas turbine in marine application are becoming more popular due to their smaller size, increased efficiency, and ability to burn clear fuels. They run just like a gas turbine for power generation, but are also much smaller and do require more machinery for propulsion. They are most popular in naval ships as they can be at the dead stop to full power in minutes and much smaller for the given amount of power. Third one is a water jet. Essentially, a water jet drives like an aircraft turbojet with a different that the operating fluid is water instead of air. Water jets are best suited to fast vessels and thus the use often by the military. When jet propulsion has many advantages over other forms of marine propulsion such as stern drives, outboard motors, shafted propellers and surface drives. Application in automobile industries. Turbochargers. Turbochargers are one of the most popular turbo machines. They are used mainly for adding power to engines by adding more air. It combines both forms of turbo machines. Exhaust gases from the engine spin a bladed wheel much like a turbine. That wheel then spin another blade wheel, sucking and compressing outside air into the engine. Second is a supercharger. Superchargers are used for engine power enhancement as well, but only work of principle of compression. They use the mechanical power from the engine to spin a screw or vane some ways to suck in a compress the air in the engine. Application of turbo machine in general. First one is a pump. Pump are another very popular turbo machine. Although there are many different type of pumps, they all do the same thing. Pumps are used to move fluid around using some sort of mechanical power from electric motors to full size diesel engine. Pumps have thousands of uses and are the true basis of turbo machine. Second is a air compressor. Air compressor are another very popular turbo machine. They work on the principle of compression by sucking in the compressing air into the holding tank. And compressor are one of the most basic turbo machines. Third one is a fan. Fan are the most general type of turbo machines. Application in aerospace. First is a gas turbine. Aerospace gas turbines, more commonly known as jet engines, are the most common gas turbine. Second is a turbo pumps. Rocket engines requires very high propellant pressure and mass flow rate, meaning that pumps requires a lot of power. One of the most common solution to this issue is to use turbopumps that extract energy from an energetic fluid flow. The source of this energetic fluid flow could be one or a combination of many things, including the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide, the combustion of the portion of the propellant, or even the heating of the cryogenic propellant run through coolant jacket in the combustion chamber's wall.